Robertson is still out with his damaged hamstring. But such is Walter Smith's embarrassment of riches that Gordon Jury comes in to replace Stephen. Gary Stevens continues for Robertson, and Neil Murray is preferred to Alexei Mikhalichenko. This is Ali McCoy's 13th start of the season. He's been on the bench a further half a dozen times, yet he's scored 9 times, including that last-ditch winner against Partick Thistle in midweek. And his fitness is improving so rapidly, he'll be a big threat to Aberdeen this afternoon. And there's evidence of the answer to Aberdeen's goalkeeping dilemma. Theo Snelder is not yet fit, and Derek Stilley is protected from the Ibrox pressure, leaving 42-year-old John Burridge as Willie Miller's last line of defence, nearly a year after his last Premier Division match for Hibs against Partick Thistle. And Joe Miller joins Scott Booth on the casualty list, and young Hugh Robertson is left on the bench. So in come the experienced Brian Grant and the new £300,000 signing from Nottingham Forest, Ray McKinnon, whose last Premier Division match was for Dundee United against Rangers almost exactly 2 years ago. And a very experienced referee this afternoon, it's Mr. Hugh Williamson from Renfrew. Surely the last throw of the championship dice for Aberdeen. Victory here this afternoon, absolutely essential in view of the 7-point gap at the top of the Premier Division between these two clubs. Not forgetting, of course, Motherwell, who are just 5 points behind Rangers at this stage. Andy Gorham's first hurried clearance there of the match, and already it's been established that Stephen Wright has reverted to right back, with Stuart McKimmie at left back in the Aberdeen lineup. They've both been playing on the right-hand side of the team in recent times, but that's been switched to provide a very competent, experienced, all-international back four for Aberdeen. And the first touch there for John Burridge. Ian Jess through the middle with Duncan Shearer. Here's Brian Grant playing wide on the right-hand side of midfield for Aberdeen. Punched away securely by Andy Gorham. And Ray McKinnon is operating wide on the left of the Aberdeen four-man midfield. Here he is in possession now. Richardson tackled fiercely there by Ferguson. And that's what resulted in the free kick, not the second challenge by McCoist. That's Richardson. Now Jess. Richardson takes over. The backtracking player was Ian Ferguson. Good work there by Grant. This is Irvin still well forward, superbly tackled by Gary Stevens. Stephen Wright and Gordon Jury having a wrestling match there. The result is a free kick, I think, to Rangers, much to the annoyance of the Aberdeen bench below us, who are very upset about that, believing that Stephen Wright had every right to turn and go for that ball. I have to say I have some sympathy for that view. John Brown's free kick. That's Haitley. Tackle came from Irvin. Back again with Brown. Ferguson has Dave McPherson and lots of space on the right. Jury challenging Burridge. Good punch out by the keeper. This Haitley again. And McCoy's pushing Stephen Wright. Still a tremendous block there by John Burridge from Jury. It wouldn't have mattered because there was a clear push on Stephen Wright by McCoist. There's Haitley's header, bouncing there inside the area, and there was the push by McCoist. Still a very fine block by Burridge. But it's Aberdeen really required to chase this match. Here's Jess making a very good diagonal run. Plenty of support arriving in the middle. It was well blocked by Brown. So a corner kick to Aberdeen, conceded by John Brown. A chance here for McLeish and Irvin to come into the penalty area. McLeish in the 6-yard line going to the near post area. Irvin right at the far post, beaten to that by Haitley. And Ray McKinnon trying very hard to get over that. Couldn't keep it down. Good defensive header this by Mark Haitley against Brian Irvin. Quite prepared to do unglamorous work too, and there's McKinnon's effort. Haitley's header. Here's Neil Murray. Wrestled there by McKinnon. The advantage initially applied, but eventually the free kick given. Well, Ray McKinnon's a very cool young customer. Major surprised that he didn't do much better in English football. Golf's free kick met firmly by Wright. Here's Murray again. Murray wins it back from McKinnon. Here's Jury. Superb effort by Gordon Jury. Clearly brimful of confidence there. Taking this first time on the volley. 22 yards out. And buried his body behind it. Goff's header finds Murray. Ferguson back to McPherson. It's well won by Hateley. McCoy's for McCall, a great chance for Rangers. It's the only goal for Rangers. Magnificent football in the build-up. The perfect start for their champions. The 14th minute of the game, the long ball played by McPherson. Look at the part played initially here by Hateley. It came out there of Irvine perhaps as Hateley challenged. That's a great pass by McCoist into the path of McCall, charging through from midfield, and Burridge could do nothing about that. Well, a great head flick on there. It was indeed Hateley who got that, I'm sure, and there was McCall bursting through from midfield. Great midfield play and a deadly finish, and only McCall's third goal of the season. Back here with Richardson, just the kind of setback Aberdeen were desperate to avoid. There's McKinnon, now Jess. Aberdeen looking for an early reply. It's played in by McKinnon straight to Grant. A reasonable chance there for Brian Grant. Well, he's been on the bench for the last few games, Brian Grant. Perhaps regretting the lack of match practice here. McKinnon had McKimmie behind. McKinnon again. Jess. Advantage applied there. Goff was guilty of an infringement, I think. The referee way play on. Wide now for Grant, promising for Aberdeen. Back to Shearer. First clear chance of the match for Aberdeen. Brings Archie Knox to his feet down below, is gesticulating to his players. This was fine play in the build-up by Aberdeen. Brian Grant setting it up for Shearer, who pulled it wide of the target. Stephen Wright for Aberdeen. It's well taken by Jess in the run. The covering player was Gary Stevens for Rangers. So Aberdeen's corner. Played some tidy football in the last quarter of an hour since going behind. Without anything to show for it though. Kane's corner. Lately back defending. Jury tried to take that on the run. Here's Brian Grant. Brown beaten to the ball by Kane. There's Irvin, that's a good ball in. An excellent goalkeeping by Andy Doran. Well, Duncan Shearer was hovering there for the tap-in. Played across there to the head of Brian Irvin, a great header in. And Shearer and Jess both going for that, but Goran won the race. There's Ray McKinnon. Inside with Richardson. Now Jess. Careless one. Easily cut off by Jury. It was intended for Stephen Wright. That's from McCall, charging from midfield again, linking with McCoist. And Stephen Wright alive to that for Aberdeen, and just as well. He made a very good tackle, but here's Jury again with the cross. In goes Irvin. Slack defending there by Aberdeen. Richardson wins it back from Ferguson. Ferguson again for Rangers. And now Murray. This is McPherson. Good clearing header there by Irvin. Now Richardson to Jess. Managed to find Wright. Now Shearer. Here's Grant. Kane. The run being made by Shearer. McPherson was there. There's Shearer. Now Jess. Gorham's back in goal. A chance again for Aberdeen. Duncan Shearer almost found a way through there. Jess in the end slicing the shot wide, but the ball played in by Kane. Should have been easy enough for McPherson. He got into a tangle there. Shearer reacted well, but so did Gorham. So now into time to be added on for stoppages by referee Williamson. One lengthy stoppage for Stephen Wright, I recall. Not too much else though. Here's McCoist. Indeed, there's no more time to add on. The half-time score is 1-0 to Rangers, thanks to a fine goal in the 14th minute, scored by Stuart McCall, bursting from midfield to receive the service from Ali McCoist and beat John Burridge on the run. But Aberdeen have come back extremely well, and they're very much back in the game. It's Rangers 1, Aberdeen 0. And a view there of the new west enclosure there at the bottom of the picture, replacing the standing area, which used to be the last area where you could stand at Ibrox. The east side of the tunnel will be completed over the next few months. So Rangers get the second half underway on a run of 10 straight wins, and realising that one more here this afternoon would surely end Aberdeen's championship challenge. Leave perhaps only Motherwell in the race. Aberdeen having had 2 home defeats in the month of March, and that's such an unusual occurrence for them that it's worthy of note. So the form has been stuttering in recent weeks. It's too high for Haitley. No problem there for Burridge. He certainly has settled in very quickly in the Aberdeen side, John Burridge. A couple of good saves early in the match when Rangers threatened to take over completely, with no chance with a goal. And the 5th match of the season between these two clubs. There could be one more in the Tennent Scottish Cup final if they both manage to negotiate the semi-finals next weekend. Here's Brian Grant. Now Richardson. Well, I think Gorham had that covered, but it was well controlled, the shot on the run. Good driving run in from Brian Grant, who's missed the last half-dozen matches for Aberdeen. He's been on the bench, but certainly making himself very difficult to leave out again in this display. So in these previous 4 matches this season, 1 win to Aberdeen at Pittodrie in September. But that apart, Aberdeen have been struggling a little bit, and Ian Jess driving that on the run. I think on reflection he may realise that a little chip shot on the run would have been more effective. Easier said than done, of course, as Stephen Wright released him with that very good ball through the inside right channel. Now Gorham was so far out of goal, a little chip shot there would surely have had the desired effect. He's away there from Richard Gough, and a disappointing finish. Irvin to Grant to Wright. McKinnon underneath that with Gorham. Well, 2 determined players going for the ball. Gorham wins it. Ray McKinnon is slightly winded. I'm sure he won't want to show that, but good play this from Aberdeen in the build-up. Stephen Wright playing it across. Held high in the air there by McKinnon. He kept on going. Came up second best against the powerful figure of Gorham. There goes Burridge with McCoist, and very good goalkeeping. Now the 42-year-old, the oldest player in Scottish football, the goalkeeper, John Burridge, doing so well here. McCoist going away there from McLeish. Could so easily have been a penalty with a rash challenge. Burridge got to the ball first. Here's Kane. Good play by Grant. The cross in for Shearer. McKinnon in behind him. That's set up for McKimmie, taking that at pace. Caught by McCall. No malice in the challenge, that's for sure. McCall and McKimmie, international teammates, showing no ill will there. McKimmie, you see, was trying here, I'm sure, to time the run to step away from the tackle. He just caught there by McCall. Richardson over the ball, lots of activity ahead. Good effort by Richardson. Wasn't far away. Well, you'll see Gorham scrambling across to cover that. Seemed to realise it was going wide. But a yard too far out. There's Stephen Wright, Grant, Kane. Now Jess. Running away from Ferguson, who won't give up. Still good play from Jess. McKimmie now has McKinnon in the clear. Shearer helps that on, and it's just over from Brown. Very close to an own goal. A rueful smile on the face of Brown. Good play from Aberdeen. Jess set it up through McKimmie to McKinnon. This low-driven ball helped on there by Shearer. And what a let-off for Rangers. There's Kane with a corner. Came off McLeish. McCall wins it from McKinnon. Good interception by Richardson. Now McKinnon again. Shearer leaves that to Irvin. McCall wins it back. Ferguson across to Stevens. McCall has to hurry there. Murray took up a very good position to receive the pass. Calm, composed play from Rangers, playing the contending game very well indeed. Back with Murray, was eased off that by Richardson. Now Kane. Wright has Grant on the touchline. And in goes Mikhalichenko with the tackle. Kane to Wright. Shearer's in the clear, he's onside. An error of judgment in defence there by Stevens and Goff. Shearer looks up, back it goes to Grant. Now McKinnon! Well, McKinnon and Jess in each other's way inside the penalty box. And another let-off for Rangers. Well, starting from the move when Duncan Shearer beat the offside trap. McPherson stayed back there as Goff and Stevens went forward. And there was Shearer cutting that back intelligently to Brian Grant, who didn't quite catch it the way he meant. And nor could McKinnon. Here's McKimmie now breaking. Looking for Grant on the far side. He nips it away from the challenge of Stevens. Grant again to Kane. Good play again from Aberdeen. This is more like the play of earlier in the second half. There's a chance for Grant. It's back to Kane. The equaliser for Aberdeen. And an absolutely superb goal, built up from deep inside their own half. It really is tremendous football from Aberdeen. Brian Grant involved at the start. Then there was Kane. Played forward there by Wright, linked up beautifully ahead. Again by Grant, who'd gone forward. The ball was played in. Grant teed it up for Kane, and this time Gorham had no answer. So there it again, McKimmie playing it across there. Grant won it extremely well. Put it back there for Kane. There was Stephen Wright, a delicate pass forward for Grant. Kane involved again. Now Shearer. But it's played in here, it's beautifully set up by Grant for Kane. What a great goal that was. And here's Mikhalichenko on the break. Across it goes to Jury. That's towards Haitley. It's off the post. Retrieved there by Burridge. Well, what a move that was by Rangers. And the game is stepped into a different level suddenly. There was Haitley going across, followed by McKimmie. He got a touch there, and Burridge accepts his luck. Mikhailichenko looking up, as he always does in this position, picking out the best pass. He decides that's Jury. That's a good ball inside. Haitley across the bows of McKimmie. So a couple of minutes remaining, plus injury time. There's been a bit of that in the second half. Can either side now conjure up a winner? Here's McCall driving at the Aberdeen defence. Here he goes again, still in possession. That's through for Jury. This should tie it up for Rangers, and it's cleared off the line by McLeish. Who would have believed it? Quite remarkable, great play there. No question of offside, perfectly fair. There was Jury thinking all the time, and McLeish should never give that. Send it away for the corner. Well, what a let-off this was for Aberdeen. Jury involved there. McCall played a good ball through. Jury onside, stepping away from Burridge. Clearly believed he'd scored. So we're into injury time now. It's been such a great second half, full of entertainment. Here comes Jets. Kane takes over, a shooting chance on. Well, not anything like as accurate as it was a few moments ago when he equalised for Aberdeen. Good play again though from Aberdeen in the build-up. Paul Kane letting fly from long range. And no injury time added on. It ends all square. It's been a titanic struggle between two very fine sides, and I have to say for Aberdeen that's as good a performance as I've seen from them for some considerable time. They controlled long passages of the match, especially early in the second half, and just when the referee appeared to be petering out, produced that wonderful goal. A candidate without question for goal of the season, scored by Paul Kane, smiling there with Andy Gomez, former teammate at Hibs. It was a great finish by Aberdeen, who put so much into the match, but at the end, honours even, and that's just about right. It's Rangers 1, Aberdeen 1.